baseball time in Knoxville, and the Smokies are set for another night under the lights at America's friendliest ballpark. The Pilot pregame show rolls on right here on the Smokies Baseball Network.
Smokies Nation, welcome back to another Pilot pregame show. We're here to set the stage for Game 5 between the Smokies and the Lookouts, alongside Richie Giuliano, Cooper Smith, and Teddy Clark, who you'll see a little bit later, and myself, Connor Nelson. We're here at the Yardley Flats, one of our favorite spots to host our Pilot pregame show. And Rich, this is before one of the most pivotal games of the season so far. Just 2 games left in the first half of the Southern League season, and after that, the record's reset. So we've got 2 chances to get this W and secure our playoff ticket.
That's right. Last night was pivotal to get the series, back to where it needed to be at 500, and then a chance to ultimately win the first half tonight. So a lot of excitement. We've got a sellout at the ballpark. Can't wait to hear how loud the fans are at Covenant Health Park tonight. And just a reminder to everybody that's entering the park right now, if the Smokies win, they make the playoffs.
Yep, those are the stakes that we have here for game number 5. And to let you know, this pregame show is brought to you by Pilot. Pilot's out here to fuel your game day drive with gas, snacks, and more. You ready for this one, Rich?
Let's do it.
Pilot,
see you out here.
All right, we love that. And, a little bit more on Yardley Flats as we get ready to show off what we're hanging out here. This is the Home Run Hangout, Rich. And just a few more notes about Yardley Flats. They were awarded the Best of Tennessee for the apartment community and the 2026 CoStar Impact Awards for the Multifamily Development of the Year. Apartment homes starting at about $1,700 per month. So, hey, if you want a front row seat to just about every single Smokies game, go check out their website, call them up, and get one of these apartments before they're all gone. And you know what? I think it's just about time to go ahead and show off what we've got over here. So we've got one of our guys, Teddy Clark, over in the game room of the Home Run Hangout. So, Ted, I think it's time to throw it to you. What do you got over there?
Oh, hey, guys. Sorry, y'all caught me while I was practicing a little bit of pool in here. We got the broadcasting pool tournament coming up. Got to shoot a couple shots every once in a while. Get my game nice and refined, as I say. But no, this place, probably one of the best game rooms I've ever been in. You're sitting here, you got pool, you got a TV, great view of the ballpark. You can sit in here with a couple of your buddies, watch the game, maybe get a pool tournament going. You got a shuffleboard in the background. What more could you ask for here, guys? It's everything that I would want in a game room and all. But I'm going to go back to practicing pool and send it back to y'all.
All right.
Well, keep practicing, Teddy. You're going to need some work over there, buddy.
Keep practicing. Richie's known to be a hustler in any and all sorts of games, so he's just pulling things out of his pockets left and right. But, we'll show off a little bit more of the Yardley Flats in a moment. But first, Smokies fans, if you missed it, how did we get here, you ask? Well, just one win away from clinching up a playoff spot here in the first half of the Southern League season. Well, it's because we were able to come away with back-to-back wins in the past 2 games. Pitchers' duels almost in both of them. Yesterday was a shutout. And yesterday, a fun fact, Rich, Smokies fans set a Covenant Health Park record with 7,003 fans in attendance, the most we've seen at a game so far. So Smokies fans, if you're here in Covenant Health Park right now, be as loud as those 7,000 fans. We're going to need it tonight. But if you missed those first 2 games, we've got a little bit of a highlight package coming up for you. So let's go ahead and relive those 2 wins.
2-2, hammered, salute goodbye, and watch that baby fly. 105 off the bat, he hit it 409 feet as Ayers takes it the other way. Deep in the left, at the track, at the wall, back to back here in the 4th. Auber out there. There's a high fly. Oh, mercy. The 3rd home run of the inning. Garriola goes big fly, and there goes the chair.
Caught to first. Ball game.
Volley set. The break even. Swinging a ground ball left side. Stopped by the shortstop. That's still going to score a run. And the Smokies have the lead here in the 7th. Here's Ariel Armas, the catcher, swings, lines it, center field, 2-0 Knoxville.
Here's Ross home. Popped him up. Left field, could be trouble. Down the line, Seamus. Nobody sees it. Seamus sees it. He's got it. And the ball game's over. and the Smokies win it. They shut out Chattanooga 2-0, and they're just one game away from winning the first half. What do you say?
All right. Just as Mick Gillespie said, one win away from securing our playoff ticket as we just enter the second half of the season next week, Rich. So, I mean, this is pretty important. Winning in the first half, what does that mean for the Smokies?
Yeah, if they win the first half, they're going to get not only a playoff berth, but they're also going to get home field advantage. And we saw that play a big impact in the 2024 North Division Series against Birmingham, where the Smokies took game one, had to go play on the road for two, and unfortunately lost that series. So, it's a big impact in a 3-game series to play 2 at home.
Yeah, so the Smokies going to look for a win here today so that we can have a no-pressure Sunday tomorrow. Grant Kipp taking the hill. We'll get more on him later. But first, we've got our guy Cooper out on the balcony of the Home Run Hangout with a nice view of the pool, the Yardley Flats, and Covenant Health Park, and more. So, Coop, I think it's time to send it over to you. What do you got for us?
Richie, Connor, Teddy, Smokies fans, this is the spot. Yardley Flats, the pool area. I'll get my mean mug out of the way so you can see a little bit of it. But we've got this home plate-shaped pool area. We've got 2 grills, a nice kitchen station as well for all the adults, kiddos, fun special area, super spacious. They can come out here and have fun, swim, hang out, and also free baseball. Yardley Flats residents, if you're not going to the game tonight to clinch the first half Southern League North Division title and punch our ticket to the playoff spot, this is where you need to be right here. I know if I was a resident, Yardley Flats, whoever's in charge, they'd have to put a time limit on me. Richie, Connor, Teddy, back to you guys. And
All right. Thank you, Cooper, for that report. I wouldn't be surprised if he just stays out there and jumps in the pool after
packed.
that. It's a pretty hot day, too. So a good day to hop in the Yardley Flats pool again. Yardley Flats, if you want to check them out, call them. Go visit their website. They've got apartments still left. So go get them before they run out, Rich. I know I would love to live right here and get a free view of every single baseball game. We love seeing everybody pack the balconies when the games are happening to see how our fans are reacting and, getting camera shots of them up here. So, hey, heads up, you never know. You might be on TV over here at the Yardley Flats. So, all right, enough of the fun, Rich. I think it's time to break down game number 5 between the Smokies and the Lookouts, give these fans a little bit of a preview of what they're about to see. So, first, let's check around the league. Like we've said, our magic number is 1. If we're able to win one game, that means the Smokies punch their ticket to the playoffs. And as we look at the rest of the standings, Rocket City was close, but they're now mathematically eliminated 2.5 games back. And it's really just us and Chattanooga. So right now, we come into this game with a record of 37-30. The Chattanooga Lookouts come in with a record of 36-31. But quickly, Rich, down in the Southern League South, still a 3-horse race. Do you have a pick who you think is going to come out on top of that division?
Yeah, I think Biloxi's got the best chance right now playing Columbus in their series. You got a lot of interleague play going on. Montgomery is at Rocket City, and then Pensacola playing Birmingham. So the Southern League South is really relying on the North to get some of these teams in the playoffs. But when you look at it as a whole, I think Biloxi's got the best chance as they take on the Clingstones this weekend.
All right, I think I'm going to have to go with the Pensacola Blue Wahoos just because I love saying Blue Wahoos. So I'm going to go ahead and root for them for the Southern League South. Meanwhile, of course, rooting for the Smokies to clinch the Southern League North. But let's go ahead and dive into our pitching matchup today. Rich, we've got Grant Kipp versus Kevin Abel, a couple of guys who have seen these opposing offenses a lot throughout the past season and last year. So firstly, for Grant Kipp, what do you got on the Smokies right-hander?
Yeah, it's great to pull him off the dev list to be able to pitch and try and win the Smokies a first-half berth. I think that's why they pulled him off tonight. He's been one of the best. This will be his 11th start, which ties all starters for the most on the team this year. If his curveball is working, it's one of the best that you're going to see. He complements that very well with a slider that's still got as much movement, but just a lot harder. So if his curveball's on, the Smokies going to have a good chance to win this one.
Yeah, Grant Kipp, a 2-time Southern League Pitcher of the Week award winner, holds a sub-3 ERA at home. So going to look to you, Smokies fans, to make sure you're cheering him on because the last 2 times he's faced Chattanooga, he's been able to make it 5 innings or more. So looking for another long start for Grant Kipp and pass it off to the back half of the bullpen with a lead. And then on the other side, we've got Kevin Abel, who we've seen a bunch over the past 2 seasons. He has been one of the premier starters and just consistent pieces in this Chattanooga Lookouts rotation. What do you got on their right-hander?
Yeah, he was a big pick out of college. He threw a 9-inning shutout for Oregon State to win the 2018 College World Series. We're right in that era right now here in the month of June. But Abel this year struggled with his command, 41 walks and 65 in the third innings. So that's gotten him into a lot of trouble. He's given up more hits than innings pitched as well, so he is a hittable guy tonight for the Smokies. But when he has his changeup, especially against lefties, drops late in the zone, probably his best pitch, and that could be a difference maker tonight.
Yeah, and each of his last 5 starts, he's gone 5 innings or more. So the Smokies going to look to flip that script, get him out of the game early, and put pressure on the Lookouts bullpen. Because in his 2 starts against Knoxville this year, he's been decent, but in the months of May and June, he's got an ERA over 6. So the Smokies going to look to continue that trend for Kevin Abel, as now I think it's time to get into the lineup. So, Rich, how does Lance Reimel got the 1 through 9 looking here for Game 5 that's going to face Kevin Abel?
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's
right.
what we do. Last night, same lineup tonight. Carson Seamus going to lead it off, the shortstop. Jefferson Rojas, now hitting 292, is batting second, playing third. Owen Ayers, a switch hitting DH. He's the back-to-back Southern League Player of the Week. Alex Ramirez cleans it up and right. Andy Garriola, the team leader with 13 bombs, playing center field. Edgar Alvarez, the first baseman, batting sixth. Carter Trison left, batting seventh. Ariel Armas has the catching duties tonight for Grant Kipp. He will bat eighth. And then Hayden Cantrell, he is on a tear recently, average up to 280. He is the second baseman and batting ninth.
All right, loving the 1 through 9. Lance Reimel keeping it consistent, wanting to keep those winning ways moving on right forward. And then if we look at the other side for Jose Moreno and the Chattanooga Lookouts, they're going to start their lineup with 3 of the Reds' top 30 prospects, starting it off with Carlos Jorge over in center field, leading it off. Leo Balcazar, the shortstop, will bat second. Cam Collier back in the 3-hole at the hot corner, batting third. Ruben Ibarra will clean it up. Ryan McChrystal, the left-handed designated hitter, bats fifth. Jay Allen II slides down a little bit in the lineup, but he's playing right field. Xavier Warren, the switch-hitting left fielder, bats seventh. The former Smoky, Pablo Aliendo, catches and bats eighth, while Julio Carreras rounds out the lineup for the Lookouts. And, you know, one quick thing before we move on and wrap up this show. Did you see how Knox had a big sign for Pablo Aliendo yesterday? Yeah. That was pretty cool. So, Pablo, I'm sure Smokies fans miss you, but today we're going to have to root against you. We're rooting for the Smokies, so, hey, we'll see what happens. But Smokies
we still love Pablo, though.
Yes, we still love Pablo. We know he introduced us to some of the most amazing Venezuelan food here in Knoxville. I know he's been frequenting that establishment since he's been back in town, but still yet to maybe find one of those locations over in Chattanooga. So, hey, we love the Smokies fans, and I know you guys loved Pablo, but right now we got to root for these Smokies. 1 win away from the playoffs. So, without further ado, Smokies fans listening on the Smokies Baseball Network, we're going to take a quick break and dive deeper into the matchup here in Game 5 when we come back. But for those in Covenant Health Park, our pregame show was brought to you by Pilot. Pilot's out here to fuel your game day drive with gas, snacks, and more. Pilot, see you out here. So, Smokies fans, make sure you're cheering loud tonight, and we will see you on the next Pilot pregame show.
Two, hammered. Salute goodbye. And watch that baby fly. 105 off the bat. He hit it 409 feet as Ayers takes it the other way. Deep in the left, at the track, at the wall. Back to back here in the fourth. Bobber out there. There's a high fly. Oh, mercy. The third home run of the inning. Garriola goes big fly. And there goes the chair.
Caught to first. Ball game.
Volley set. The break even. Swinging a ground ball left side. Stopped by the shortstop. That's still going to score a run. And the Smokies have the lead here in the 7th. Here's Ariel Armas, the catcher, swings, lines it, center field, 2-0 Knoxville.
There's Ross Home. Popped him up. Left field. Could be trouble. Down the line, Seamus. Nobody sees it. Seamus sees it. He's got it. And the ball game's over. And the Smokies win it. They shut out Chattanooga 2-0. And they're just one game away from winning the first half. What do you say?
Welcome back to the Yardley Flats here in our pilot pregame show. Teddy's done playing some pool, and Coop didn't jump in the pool on this hot day here in June as we get set for the 5th game of this series. It's the Smokies and the Lookouts, and great to hear from you fans that are watching on YouTube. Michael Durham commenting, win the first half tonight, and that's what the Smokies need to do to clinch their ticket to the playoffs. All right, time to look around the league and see where we're at. It's a one-on-one matchup between Knoxville and Chattanooga in the north, and then the south, as Connor mentioned earlier, Biloxi a game ahead with a doubleheader today. Montgomery and Pensacola a game back, and then Columbus right now is from the outside looking in, 3.5 back. They are out of the race. I'm going to turn it to you guys now. Teddy, who are you going to pick to win the Southern League South here?
You know, I'm an Alabama guy. It's about 40 minutes down the road from where I went to school. I'm taking the Biscuits are going to pull away with it. I would say the Columbus Clinkstones because they're closer, but they're out of the race basically now. So,
well, if you pick them, then you would be completely wrong. So, Coop, what do you think?
Yeah, boys, I think I'm going to go with Biloxi. They got a doubleheader today and 2 cracks at it, and then tomorrow as well. So they also they're number 1 in the standings. So why not go with those boys? Biloxi, that's my pick.
We'll see how it shapes out. This is a big one tonight and tomorrow for both the North and the South in contention to win the first half. It's going to be a lot of fun here tonight, guys. Denzo night, we're going to have another sellout back-to-back. And it all starts with the starting pitching. We've seen a lot of good starters, including yesterday with Jace Beck having a career-high day with the shutout. And then, of course, his opposition, Jose Acuna, was just as good for the Lookouts. So hopefully we have another one of those pitching matchups tonight. For the Smokies, it is Grant Kipp. For the Lookouts, it is Kevin Abel. Let's start with the visitors because we're classy here in Knoxville. Coop, what does Kevin Abel bring to the table?
Yeah, Kevin, he's had a tough month of May, and then also leading into June, the ERA hasn't been there. A 6.33 ERA and 8 starts. He walks a lot of batters, and that's something that Mr. Kipp does not do a lot of, and Teddy will touch on that here in a second, but a 1.73 whip, when you're allowing a runner or 2 an inning on the base paths, that's not going to be good for the ERA or your outings overall. But, I mean, he's a high-stake guy. You mentioned it earlier in the pregame show, Richie, the 2018 College World Series. He was the starting pitcher to be in that College World Series. Now that was 10 years ago. But however, he's still got the stuff, the fastball, the slider, the changeup, and his last time out against the Smokies when these two met, right? Kipp and Abel as well, May 27th, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, and 6 strikeouts. We'll
see what we got in store tonight for Kevin Abel. Let's see if he goes back to his ways in 2018, although that's crazy to think how long ago that was. All right, let's go over to the Smokies side with Teddy here. The Smokies decide to bring Grant Kipp off the development list. He's active tonight, and they're trying to get him to win the first half of the Smokies.
Yeah, I'm really excited that we pulled him off. The big, dominant right-hander. He's got a great mid-90s fastball that you touched on. It sets up his curveball really well for his strikeout pitch. And speaking of strikeouts, he's got a career high in strikeouts, and his season high in strikeouts are both against the Chattanooga Lookouts. And this season alone, 1/4 of his strikeouts, and he's second on the team, by the way, in those, is the Chattanooga Lookouts. He's going to go at them really hard today, I think. He's going to come out, challenge them in every way. He's going to go after the guys, and he's going to try and strike a lot of them out.
Yeah, it sounds like from your guys' reports, the Smokies have an advantage tonight in the starting pitching matchup. So we'll see if that plays a factor into Game 5 here tonight. All right, we're going to mix it up a little bit. Yesterday, we got 2 great starting pitching performances that went 5 innings or more. Tonight, do you guys think that Grant Kipp and Kevin Abel could get to 5 to qualify? And let's guess the line here. And you know what, Coop? I'll start with you. Let's see what your guess is on Abel.
I'll go with the away Abel. I'm going to go about 5 innings. I think he's going to allow a few. I think this middle of the order Smokies lineup has been quiet this series. It hasn't been where they were in the last couple series to begin June. So I think the spark's going to be there for the top of the order and middle of the order for the Smokies lineup. So I'm going to go 5 innings, 4 earned runs with a couple strikeouts in there as well, and he'll walk a few.
Ted, it sounded like Grant Kipp pitches really well against these lookouts, a lot of season highs. So can he break a career high tonight?
I hope so. I think he's probably going to go 5 innings. He went 5 innings in his past 2 outings against them. I will say I think he's going to go 5 innings, 2 earned runs maybe, and probably over 7 strikeouts. He has at least 7 strikeouts in the past 2 meetings with these 2 teams.
All right, we'll see how that plays tonight. It's time to dive into our lineups and the key factor of the ball game tonight. And Coop, since you're the representative for the Lookouts, how are they looking starting 9?
Chattanooga, they're leading it off with the man manning the middle of the pasture in center field. Carlos Jorge is a left-handed bat. Leo Balcazar, he'll be in the 6 hole, the shortstop defensively, and the 2 hole offensively. Cam Collier, lefty, third base. Ruben Ibarra, he'll be on the other hot corner, first base for the Lookouts. Ryan McChrystal in the 5 hole. He'll be DHing tonight. Jay Allen II, wearing number 11. He'll be in right field. Xavier Warren, he's the switch hitter in the Chattanooga lineup, playing left field. Pablo Aliendo behind the dish. And then rounding it up for the Lookouts will be Julio Carreras at second base.
Teddy, how do the Smokies look? 1-9.
Lance Reimel's got a good one for us tonight. He kept it the same as last night. You got the speedy Carson Seamus playing shortstop, leading it off for us. The number 1 prospect in the Cubs organization, Jefferson Rojas at the hot corner. The slug and switch hitter, Owen Ayers at the DH spot. Cleaning it up will be Alex Ramirez in right field. You got Andy Garriola out in center. The lefty Edgar Alvarez at first base. Carter Trice is in left field. The defensive specialist behind the dish, Ariel Armas. And then the switch hitting second baseman, Hayden Cantrell, playing second base.
Smokies got a good offensive lineup, probably the best we've seen all year. And with that, it's time to dive into our impact players of the game. Who's going to make the difference tonight and get the Smokies to the playoffs? Coop, who is your pick to click in Game 5?
I'm going to go with our cleanup guy, Alex Ramirez. The month of June really hasn't been there as far as it was in the month of May. I mean, he slugged over 560 in the month of May, 10 extra base hits. The average was there for Alex as well. But the number that we keep putting out there for all Smokies fans to see is how clutch this guy is with runners in scoring position. He is the number 1 man at the dish in the Southern League, batting .356 with 38 RBIs. That's number 1 in both categories for the Southern League standings in that category for the offensive hitters. So he's going to be my guy to go with tonight.
Good pick. Teddy, who you got?
I was looking at the stats and I was trying to see something that jumped off the page. And then I looked at batting average against the Lookouts and I saw Hayden Cantrell is hitting .364 against this team. That's a great guy to get on base. He steals a lot of bags. If he gets a single, it's basically a double. So I think he's going to make a huge impact, really get Kevin Abel off his game and tear up the base pass.
My pick to click is going to be Owen Ayers, hitting .309, 12 homers, 37 RBIs, back-to-back Southern League Player of the Week. Single-handedly beat the Montgomery Biscuits last week in that series. Sure. So if he could go off tonight, I think the Smokies have a great chance. Connor Nelson on the 1s and 2s. He wants to chime in. Connor, who is your pick to click tonight?
Well, you know what? It's not actually my pick to click, but our guy Michael Durham out in the comments. We're going to show his comment real quick. His pick to click is going to be Jefferson Rojas. So he's favoring the Cubs' number 1 overall prospect. He's been tuning in throughout the entire show, so I had to give him a quick shout-out again because Jefferson Rojas has been real hot, especially in the month of June, just like the weather. So Michael Durham going with Jefferson Rojas.
Got to get Michael Durham out for a baseball game and maybe join us here at the Yardley Flats the next time we do it. This place is amazing. I mean, just all the amenities that you have, the gym downstairs. Of course, Coop, you showed off the pool area. Teddy, you showed off the gaming room back there. If you could live here, Teddy, I know, back home in the South in Alabama, you feel very comfortable. But what would it be like for you to live here?
It would be great. You're just right outside of a baseball stadium. You can go out on your patio, crack a beer, kick your feet up, watch Jefferson Rojas possibly hit a home run today. I mean, you never know what could happen when you're out here. It's a great place, and I think it's a beautiful place to live, and it's been really cool.
Coop, I know you can't drink yet, so you can't join Teddy and cracking
no
a
beer.
beer.
No
but,
beer for me.
What would you do if you lived here?
I think I'd be a good host. If I got a spot out here and I have a nice balcony, get some nice seats and maybe even a couch out there, a little college feel out there on the balcony and watch some free baseball. It would be a nice setup, and I would have a lot of buddies and maybe find myself a girl as well out there on the balcony.
All right, Coop. Coop, I love it. You're scouting the talent out there. I just want to remind everybody here at the Yardley Flats that the apartment homes are currently starting at $1,753 per month. So come out here, get a tour. We've seen a bunch of them today. They're selling fast, and get a chance to see all the baseball games, the soccer matches, all of the entertainment at Covenant Health Park. Before we let you go, we got to talk about next week. In our first homestand of the second half, we are hosting the Columbus Clingstones. We've got Taco Tuesday on Tuesday night, All You Can Eat Wednesday, which is Teddy's favorite, Thirsty Thursday, and then Feel Good Friday with fireworks. And of course, guys, nothing rings Independence Day better than some baseball. America's pastime. We've got a rally towel giveaway. Let's talk real quick before we let you guys go. What are some of your favorite baseball moments on the 4th of July?
Really just maybe getting to play a little summer ball on the 4th, and you get the fireworks afterwards, the hot dogs. Sure, it's a long day, but it's a great time to be out at the ballpark and hanging out with everybody.
Coop, how about you?
I'll pick the scene right out of Sandlot. I mean, that is baseball. It's America's pastime, right? It shows off all the way back to 1776, and that was always a tradition for me and my family, was to watch Sandlot on 4th of July.
Well, we hope you could join us on Independence Day, the 4th of July. Next time we are at home against the Columbus Clingstones. But for now, we need to take care of business. We need to win the first half before we even start thinking about the second half. So the Smokies and the Lookouts coming up next. Thanks for tuning in to our pilot pregame show here on the Smokies Baseball Network.